Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Julene here. If you are new, I make interior design based content. Now today we're going to go over several different interior design styles, and you may find your style in this list. So buckle up, let's get started because we got a lot to go through. So style number one is postmodern design. Now, postmodern design is a little bit of a spin on 80s interior design, and it's really in right now. I tend to think that just like fashion, design tends to cycle with decades, and right now we're on the 80s. The furniture is very bold, loud, it has different shapes and bright colors, and it originated almost as a rebellion against modern architecture with very symmetrical, straight, orderly design, and it's really taken off. Okay, next is like a very 2020, 2021, 2022 style, but it's called Cottage Core. Now, we all might have been subliminally hypnotized into thinking cottage core is the way, because I feel like so many people are leaving the city, myself included. Make sure you watch my next video to learn a little bit more about that. But I love cottage core. I just think it's so warm and cuddly. But what is it, Jolene? Everyone's probably wondering. Well, cottage core is all about living in harmony with nature. It is like that small town country living, farm living, cozy, sitting by the fireplace. You'll find a lot of antique furniture and cottage core. Anything that brings a sense of nostalgia and nature. When you think of cottage core, you think of like fresh baked bread from the oven coming through into the living room, some oldie Disney music for me playing in the other room, the fireplace crackling. Really comfort and coziness in a space. Like that is the driving point of cottage core. Cottage core definitely stems from English roots. You'll find natural materials like maybe a brick wall or tiled floor, old wood floors, dried plants, just things that embody coziness. And again, if you think of like a traditional English cottage, it very much emulates that. Next is Bohemian design, which many of you might be familiar with. So that was started in the 19th century in Paris, and you will find, I would say you can describe Bohemian style as very, like, I don't want to say hippie, but just like travel and very zen, collected design. So Bohemian design is also coined boho design, so you'll hear that term used when describing Bohemian. And you can find things like fur rugs, Persian rugs, different kind of kaleidoscope patterns, rattan, warm tones like woods, furs, fabrics, and you'll definitely see lots and lots of plants and pattern in Bohemian design. Okay, next on the list is modern design. This used to be one of my favorites, not so much anymore, but it definitely was one of my favorites, and it is probably the most widely accepted or most popular design nowadays. So with modern interior design, you'll find very clean, neutral colors, clean lines, very muted tones, not a lot of pattern. And you'll also find a bit of minimalism in modern design. Modern design became popular around the 20th century following Scandinavian design. So it really stems from Scandinavia and their very clean way of designing. Everything in modern design is extremely tailored, very neat, clean, and to me, it almost has a bit of a futuristic look to it. Next on the list is traditional. Now you can think of more refined furniture with very classic patterns, furniture, motorcycle, very fancy details, you know, carvings on the banister and lots of wood detailing, maybe some paneling, wall panels. You'll find intricate designs in your rugs and your curtains, lots of pattern and lots of heavy materials. Wallpaper is a very, very big thing in traditional design. Very handcrafted pieces. The furniture is very heavy and they all have intricate craftsmanship to them. Like you might find legs that are detailed, or a cabinet that's detailed, or even a knob that has all of these little carvings and intricate details in them. I personally love vintage, not vintage, I personally love traditional homes. I'm not a big fan of traditional interior design, but I love it in a home. So for me, my personal style, well, my dream is to live in a Queen Anne Victorian house. And I would love that to be my home, but inside, my style lends more mid-century, modern, monochrome, with like, I don't even know how to describe some of the furniture. It's not so much postmodern, but like, give me time to get back to you on that. Next, that's really popular right now is Japandi. Japandi is a mixture of Japanese and Scandinavian design. It's very minimal, very clean lines, and in Japanese culture, they would bring nature into the home. And it's very much a blend of the minimal nature vibes of Japanese design and the very clean lines, natural woods of Scandinavian design. Natural colors are really big with Japandi. Light and airy spaces are very big with Japandi. Neutrals, blacks. So in a Japandi styled room, you might find a sliding glass door that leads out to a Zen garden, all wood on the inside, a running fountain of water that just leads out to a beautiful garden. Very decluttered, not a lot of items around. Very similar to what you would think a minimalist room would be, which we have discussed. Maybe we should do minimalism next. Minimalist design is exactly what it sounds like. You have very minimal items in your apartment. It's all about the necessities. So your design is very airy, very open, very decluttered, and you design using neutral colors, whites, natural material. Minimalism is a design based heavily on practicality and not so much artistry. And only two more. Next is eclectic design. So eclectic design is organized chaos. There's a mixture of textures, a mixture of different pieces from different time periods, a mixture of materials, colors. There's lots of pattern, but it's all put together in a way that is cohesive and definitely thought out. You have to be very intentional about the pieces that you pick with eclectic design because there are so many. It's a very advanced way, in my opinion, of styling, because you do have to be very skilled at mixing and mixing different materials and still having a cohesive look. And lastly is my favorite, which is mid-century modern design. Now, mid-century modern was popularized during the 1940s going up to the 1960s. You'll find a variety of pieces that are well crafted, and the legs in a lot of the pieces tend to lean out. You can find lots of wood in mid-century modern. You'll also find lots of pops of color. There's all kinds of cool shapes with mid-century modern. For the lighting, you'll find lots of round bulbs and those little Sputnik lights. You will see chairs that are shaped and circles as well. Curves were a very big thing in the furniture. I also love all of the rich colors that are in mid-century design. You can find lots of rich pastel colors, and it's very similar to what we see as modern design today. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure that you leave a comment below of what your favorite interior design style is. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to hit those notifications so you don't miss the next video. Thanks guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon.